The story begins with 4 American Marines fighting terrorists in Afghanistan. When they were in the middle of slaughtering, suddenly, the enemy came from various directions. This apparently made the 4 of them cornered, until they finally became prisoners of war. Then, the 4 Marines were placed in different rooms. How the Americans knew about their base. Here, Cowboy answers that he would rather die than have to divulge the secret. The terrorists knew Cowboy wouldn't open his mouth, so they deliberately injected an experimental liquid into Cowboy's hand. They went to the next room, which was filled by one of the American Marines named Bear. Here, they are still trying to ask how the Americans know about the base. But of course, Bear is just like Cowboy, who won't say anything to the terrorists. Because of this, they all next room again to interrogate the 2 remaining Marines. But at the same time, it turned out that Cowboy was trying to untie his bonds using the nails there. After being untied, Cowboy went to Bear in the next room to untie him as well. After that, Cowboy and Bear approached their 2 Marine friends and managed to turn the situation around. They also managed to eliminate one of the enemies, as well as taking a spy hostage from the enemy. Then the foremost with going out first to open a safe path, while his 2 Marine friends will wait for the signal from Bear and Cowboy, then follow by carrying one enemy spy who is currently a hostage. Long story short, when the 2 friends did get out immediately. But instead, Bear told them to wait a little longer, to make sure the situation was really safe. Not long after that, suddenly the enemy plane arrived. Then the plane destroyed the base, which resulted in the 2 Marine friends having to die. Suddenly, Cowboy immediately blamed Bear for the death of his 2 friends. Bear, who couldn't do anything else, just apologized and told Cowboy to continue the journey. The scene switches to 3 guilty about the death of his 2 Marine friends. On the other hand, Cowboy himself is now hospitalized as a result of the experimental liquid that the terrorists had injected into him. It is known that the experimental liquid turned out to make Cowboy's liver function slowly become damaged. One night, Bear went to the house of his ex-girlfriend, whom he had left for 3 years. His girlfriend is named Skylar. It turns out that Bear's goal is to meet her, to invite Skylar back, and he promised not to leave Skylar again. But unfortunately, Skylar, who had been dumped, refused to be